Hello internet friends, welcome back to Diet in Japan. My name is Brooke and I am losing weight in the land of the rising sun, which is Japan. Today I wanted to tell you a little bit about how I was able to lose over 85 pounds, and hopefully if you are on a weight loss journey, this can help guide you or motivate you or just help you in any way to reach your goals. I myself am still working towards my goal. Right now my goal is to lose about 100 pounds. So when I started my weight loss journey in February of 2017, I weighed 224.8 pounds. And today I weigh 136.9 pounds. So my goal is 125 pounds. So just really quickly for my returning subscribers or returning viewers, I normally do bi-weekly weigh-ins, and I'm going to give you that right now. Alright, so quickly let's do the bi-weekly weigh-in before I get into the long-term weight loss kind of portion of this video. So 2 weeks ago on November 19th, I weighed 63.2 kilograms, also known as 139.33 pounds. Today, which is 2 weeks later, on December 3rd, 2017, I weigh 62.2 kilograms, also known as 136.9 pounds. So I've only lost a kilogram. Really my goal is to lose around 2 kilograms. Or I've lost, also known as 2.43 pounds, which just like sounds better than 1 kilogram. I don't know why. But yeah, so I've lost that much, and that is below my goal. But here is my list of excuses, which includes one thing, which is it was obviously Thanksgiving during that time. So I had friends come see me here in Sendai where I live, and we went out and we ate a bunch, and I did not follow my diet very well. So that was 1 week ago, and then all this week I have been really running a lot. Like yesterday I ran 7 miles to try to compensate for that, but the truth is you can't outrun your fork. So I am happy that I do have a loss, but it is under my goal. And so I'm just going to really try to work very hard here before I go visit the United States, America, my home state of Michigan, for about 12 days with my partner. And I know I'm not going to do so well there, but that's okay. Like, I feel like, you know, as long as I'm on a downward trend, I'm proud of myself. And Christmas and America, like, I'm not there very often, and, you know, maybe I have to eat that extra large burger. I'm not perfect. But that being said, no one is perfect. However, I have made some progress over this last year. So if you don't know, I started my weight loss journey in February of this year, not January, because I don't know, because I'm not one for New Year's resolutions. I just woke up one morning and I was like, I'm sick and tired of being obese. And so I made some changes to my lifestyle, and as a result, I have had some success. So here are some of my kind of, I don't know, tips and tricks. Not really tips and tricks, it's no secret, but just some information for you about how I was able to lose, it's actually 87.9 pounds, almost 88 pounds. So over 85 pounds. But firstly, disclaimer, a lot of people think that just living in Asia or living in Japan, you will automatically just become skinny. False. This is not true. I lived in Japan for over 2 years before I started losing weight. There is tons of fattening and delicious food here in Japan, so losing weight here, just like losing weight anywhere, it's, you know, ultimately it's math. If you expend fewer calories than you intake, then you're going to lose weight. So that being said, there are a couple of things that I do that had helped me on my journey. just be aware that everybody's body is different, and some of this information might be, I don't know, not in line with other things that you've been told. Some of this might seem extreme to you, and you know, this is just what I did. This is my story. So take everything I say, just like everything you hear on YouTube, with a grain of salt, and just know that this is what worked for me, and hopefully if you want to try it out, I hope it can work for you too. So I want to talk about my diet. So my diet, of course, I'm eating a calorie deficit. I get anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 calories a day, which might seem really, really low to a lot of you, but actually, according to my scale and according to a lot of internet searches I've done, my like daily intake should be around 1,400 calories. That's like my baseline of like, if I do no physical activity, that's how much my body burns. I'm kind of a small framed person, so to eat 1,000 calories is a good deficit for me. That being said, it might be too low for you. Just do what you can. And I didn't start that low. When I started around 1,400, like 1,400 to 1,800. Because of course, like I'm also like burning a lot of calories while I'm exercising or walking around or just living my life, right? So obviously calorie deficit, but everyone knows that. Another thing that I do that you may or may not think is good is something called intermittent fasting, which means that you fast for short periods of time. There are many ways you can do this. The way I do it is that about 3 to 4 days a week, I will skip breakfast, which is probably against a lot of advice you've heard, but this is what I do. I will not eat until 2:30. Yeah, I will not eat until 2:30 in the afternoon for that day. So I'm depriving my body of food for most of the day and only leaving a window between 2:30 and 7 p.m. on those days where I'm allowed to eat. The rest of the time, my body is just purely burning calories, burning energy. Calories are energy. So the rest of that time, that's what my body is doing. I will put some links in the description below about the research that is done on this kind of dieting. I don't recommend it for everyone. For me and my lifestyle, it works pretty well. I don't fast for whole days. I don't, I don't fast for whole days. I don't fast for weeks at a time. I definitely eat every day. I just limit the hours to when I'm allowed to eat. I'm not a scientist. There's links to the research of intermittent fasting down in the description box below if you want to check that out. And it has worked for me. I really attribute a lot of my success to that. So another part of my diet, another aspect, is that I am basically doing, I don't have a nutritionist. I don't really know. Is it keto? Keto? I guess I do kind of keto. I don't know. I do low carb. So I basically don't eat any straight up carbs. I will have some fruits or bananas. Like sometimes if I'm going to go for a really intense run, I'll make myself a smoothie. But like in my regular everyday life, usually I don't eat bread. I don't eat rice. I don't eat any of that. Most of the time what I'm eating is vegetables and lean proteins, so fish and white meat, chicken. There's not really turkey in Japan, so I eat a lot of chicken breast, a lot of fish, and a lot of vegetables, and that's like pretty much my daily diet. I say low carb, it's not zero carbs. Of course I do very low carb, and that's just what has worked for me. There is some research that shows that depending on your body type, maybe high carb diet will work for you. I'm just saying low carb diet has really worked for me. I only eat carbs when I'm cheating, because I do love carbs. Girl, there was a reason I was obese before, and it is because I am actually the carbohydrate queen. But, you know, when you're dieting, you got to deprive yourself. So It's worked for me, the low carb diet. And then I think part of keto is that you eat high fat, and I don't do that. So I just eat low carb, low fat, low sugar, protein and vegetable, basically. Next thing that has really helped me is about halfway, not halfway, I don't know, a quarter away, third way through my journey, I got a fitness tracker. I got a Fitbit. I recommend this to you. It shows you, it monitors your heart rate. It tracks your steps. It's a good motivational tool for me. If you're going to buy one and then you're not going to ever look at it or you're never going to use it, then I would say don't even bother because they are kind of pricey. So I know people that that have a Fitbit, but they've made zero changes to their lifestyle. So if you're going to get a Fitbit, use it for its intended purpose and try to become healthier. It's just a tool that I use to help me along my journey. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to kind of transition into is actually the exercise that I do. I might have mentioned a little bit about all of this stuff actually in my How I Lost 60 Pounds video, but I want to kind of reiterate this, is that the exercises that I do, by the way, I don't have a gym membership, and I don't use any weights, are body weight resistance training with circuit training. If you don't know what circuit training is, there's going to be a link in the description below. Also, you can just Google it. But basically, I do circuits, and I also do a lot of running. Especially now, I'm really getting into running, and I hope next year that maybe I can run the Tokyo Marathon or something. Maybe I'll start with like a half marathon. Running has become a big part of my regimen. It's really exciting for me to see my improvements in endurance and harder, better, faster, stronger. And I'm competing with myself only, and it's cool to see my progress. I started running in July and it is now December. And when I started, when I ran a mile, I was really tired. And now I can run 7 miles and be really tired, but at least I made like a 10K, like a 7 miles. So hopefully I will just continue to be able to go farther and increase my endurance and my health and my ability. So those are the exercises that I do. When I do circuit training, I always make a list of 6 exercises and then I do them 6 times. So I'll do, let's say squats, and I'll do anywhere between 30 to 40 squats, and then I'll do some push-ups. I generally do around 20 push-ups, and then I'll do sit-ups, and then I'll do, calf raises, or just a bunch of different body weight resistance training. I would like to, in the future, maybe get into more weightlifting, but right now I'm purely focusing on weight loss. Not that I know you have to work really hard to get gains in muscle, so I don't know, it's just something I'm thinking about in the future. Right now I don't have a gym membership and I have no immediate plans to get one, but I might join a kickboxing gym. That could be cool. I think it's super deadly. Okay, let's get serious. Back to my list. Oh, so another thing that really helped me was obviously this. Making videos, telling people about what I'm doing. At the very least, if you don't want to make a YouTube channel, I know it's a lot of work and a lot of effort, I would say start a blog. Start something where you can kind of interact with a lot of different kind of people or see other people's journeys. I have a Tumblr and everything. All my links to all my social media are down in the description box below. Please follow me there if you would like to. But it is a big reason, and of course making videos has been a big reason I think that I have been successful in my weight loss journey this time around, whereas before I wasn't. The next bit of advice is obviously don't go out. Go out sometimes, but eating out, it's really hard to track your calories. Also, there's so much temptation. Also, drinking, alcohol, guys, alcohol has so many calories, especially if you're a college student and you're drinking to excess. You're basically drinking the alcohol that would be your meals for 2 days. So just if you drink alcohol, like alcohol is obviously not part of your diet. I know I've said this before, but it's just not. Every time I consider when I have alcohol like a cheat day. Like I always like, and then the next day if you drink too much, you get hungover and then you're more hungry, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess. So try to find other hobbies other than going out. I don't know, video games, knitting, taking walks with your dog, stuff like that. There are 2 more things I wanted to include before I wrap up this video is sleep. Sleep is so important. Oh my God. I love sleeping, and it's really important that you get your 8 hours. This is just my opinion. Some people say, oh, you only need 6 hours, especially here in Japan. People will be like, oh, I only sleep like 5 hours. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And depending on your body, just like anything, you know, you might not need that much. But I know that I feel better and I'm able to follow through with my weight loss goals when I get a good night's rest. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to mention is the importance of setting goals, and not only that, but setting realistic goals. So, like, there are a lot of accounts on social media, on Pinterest, or just a lot of things that you see that say, like, eat this and lose 20 pounds in a week. What? First of all, there's no way that's good for you. Second of all, there's no way that's good for you. And third of all, it's not real. It's not real. And you have to set a realistic weight loss goal, and set goals and stick to them. So do have goals, but don't have unrealistic goals, or you're never gonna, don't say, I'm gonna work out every day this week if you're just starting your journey. No, you're not. I don't work out every day in a week. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, just make realistic goals for yourself and try to stick to them. So for me, 2 pounds a week was a realistic goal. And, you know, honestly, sometimes I don't make that goal, but that's okay. I keep going. I don't change my goal because I know I'm able to achieve it, but some weeks and some days are better than others. Nobody's perfect. But I think it's important to make your goals and make them realistic. So that is how I was able to lose 85 pounds in about 8 months. And I hope this can help you on your journey. If you want to know more, feel free to message me, comment down below. Anything, I'm always interested in talking to people who are on their weight loss journey, or people who have completed or have yet to start their journey. Let's be strong and work hard together. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Jane! You, specifically. I believe in you. You can do the thing.